Hello there, my fellow parents. Do you ever feel like your kid knows more about gadgets and devices than you do? Yeah, same here. I know the feeling. But come on, they were practically born with these devices and gadgets in their hands, right? So it all makes sense. But while we love how smart our kids are with tech, and sometimes I hate it too, by the way, it is scary how quickly it turns our sweet little angels into these screen zombies. I mean, they're literally fixated to their screens for hours on end. So don't worry, today we're talking about parental controls because even our mini techies need some boundaries. But first things first, let me tell you that this is not a video just to inform you about all the parental control options out there, but also to let you know what works and what doesn't work. So let's start and think back to the most rebellious things that we did as kids. And I remember sneaking a peek at those late night TV shows and staying up till midnight so that I can catch that movie at that particular time. Well, those days are over, my friend, because Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other similar streaming platform, well, they all allow you to set up profiles just for kids, complete with age-appropriate content filters. So luckily, no more waking up to find out that your 7-year-old has watched a horror movie by accident. These are options that have been tested and approved by many parents in my circle, so I definitely know that they work. And let's not forget about those YouTube binges. We all know how quickly one more video turns into a 3-hour spree. For that, YouTube Kids is a lifesaver. Download the app, set up a profile for your little one and choose the content that you're okay with. The best option and somehow the least used one is the ability to restrict content from the root itself, which, come to think about it, is the router. I personally did know about this one, but I was always overwhelmed to Google how it works because I thought it would include a lot of coding. The good news is that it is a lot easier than people realize. You just need to open your browser and enter your router address into the URL bar and click enter. The router address is usually this or something that can be found on the router. It then asks you to enter a password which should be easy to get from your service provider. And voila, you're all set to arrange what can and cannot go through your home internet. I do have to warn you at this point though that the older your kids get, the more aware they may become of this method and could try to edit the settings themselves. So do keep tabs on what is permitted on the router. Now at this point, if you are one of those lucky parents that's thinking, hey, my kid is generally good with rules and doesn't need this level of restriction, but sometimes he or she just gets carried away with screen time, well then both Apple and Android products have settings that can help. If you're an Apple family, the screen time option on iOS is your new best friend. Just head to settings, tap screen time and boom, set those limits as per your preference. Once bedtime arrives, this device will go off faster than a light switch. Additionally, the iPhone and the iPad both have a setting that sets out a warning every time someone comes too close to the screen. And for all the Android parents out there, Google Family Link is your go-to. You can set up daily limits, lock devices, and even monitor the apps your little ones are using. Because, let's face it, no one needs a 10-hour Minecraft marathon. These settings can be useful even with teenagers. But of course, do let us know how that goes. Now, of course, we can't talk about screen time and forget video games now, can we? Both PlayStation and Xbox have settings that not only let you manage the screen time, but also let you monitor in-game purchases. Because let's be real, those purchases can definitely get a little out of hand. Well, we just share a bunch of ways in which you can keep tabs on your child's screen time using tech. But of course, we cannot end this video without saying that while tech does provide support in restricting and managing content, it is us parents who still have to actively enforce rules around screen time. If you get the time, the best option would be to watch content with your children, and that way you can both bond with them and supervise their device usage, killing two birds with one stone. Personally, what I do is, of course, a healthy combination of old school parenting plus using the technology I have available to monitor and curb, of course, my children's screen time. I do some stealth tactics like suddenly walking in and checking what content they are consuming, plus keeping an active track on the number of hours they're watching. And of course, when possible, spending a lot of time with them. Plus, as we mentioned, all the parental control options available to us. That was definitely a lot of info, but I hope you dive into some of these settings and take back control. Now, of course, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to check on some of my device settings. But please remember to like, share and subscribe for more videos like this.